Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. Getting through the last of my larger yards right now, and I'm in Monroe. And so far things are looking pretty good. Survivorship looks okay. Clusters are not big, which is characteristic with Saskatraz bees, but I'll just show you what I'm doing for them. This two-story hive, the cluster is up here now. They've got a fair amount of honey in here still, but I've got a winter patty there. The cluster covers about 5-6 frames, and I've got a pollen patty there and an additional pair of winter patties, just to provide bridges over to the honey on either side. So far these ones are looking pretty good. I've got these to go. Tiny little cluster here. Nice. Plenty of weight. Nice size cluster. Now I don't see them at the top, but I can hear them down there. So I'll just put a pollen patty up at the top for when they get here. They've got a lot of honey to eat still. Hear the cluster down below. Cluster just goes down there as well. Covers 4 and a bit frames. I'll just move this stuff into position, make sure they get good hold of that. They're not going to get crushed or anything. These are very lightweight and they're supported by the bridges of fir comb there. So sometimes people say, why are you putting stuff down on top of the bees? You're crushing them. No, I'm not crushing them. Once in a while bees certainly get crushed, but generally I don't crush them with the food I put on. And cluster's just getting to the tops of the hives here. Throw in some food. They're on about 4 frames. Certainly don't need any winter patties. Pollen patty will do them nicely. Nice little cluster here. Winter patty. Pollen patty. Forecast for, although it's cold today, well right now, it's due to get up into the 40s today, and 40s and 50s for the upcoming week. It's nice. The bees should be able to move around on that food very nicely. Last and hopefully not least, another single. Nice, very nice. Fed, still plenty of honey in there. So, not a bad job considering that they didn't have much honey flow in the fall. But they were fed in plenty of time. So survivors, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of 14. Not bad. So we've got 12 out of 14 hives going well in this yard. And in my Saskatraz yards, where the bees didn't undergo unusual stress, then my yards have done very well. I've had 3 yards that did not do that well. One yard was the one that got flooded last year. I lost a lot of hives in that yard. Don't know the final figure yet, but every one of the hives showed a lot of digestive problems, lots of poop, that sort of thing. So a lot of it was to do with the water that went in there. I'm pretty certain that 80% of the problem was that the combs had lots of water in there, and on top of that I was feeding late, so they weren't able to drive off enough water from the food, which gave them digestive issues, because during the cold spells they couldn't get out to cleanse. The hives that did another yard did badly because it was the one yard I didn't treat for mites during midsummer. I treated them in the fall a couple of times, but by that time the mite levels had got higher. So because I was rushed, at least that's my excuse, I had too many things on in the fall, and as a result I lost extra bees in that yard as well. And one of the yard, which I wasn't able to feed as early as I wanted. It was the last one I got my mite treatments on, and therefore the last one I could feed, and also had a lot of hives which needed a lot of feeding. Again, they had digestive issues. Mortality wasn't too bad in that yard, but I had more mortality in that yard than I like to see, and I'm pretty sure that was because of late feeding, due to late mite treatment. So I was saying in the fall, I was hoping it wasn't going to come back to haunt me. Well, it did a bit. I've lost some hives as a result of that. But the hives that got treated as normal, as planned, like this yard, 12 out of 14, not bad. And I've got several yards that are looking like that. Anyway, that's it for now. I gotta get back, get ready. I'm going off to New Orleans this week. It'd be nice to see some beekeepers down there, but I'm going down to New Orleans for my son's wedding, so I may not be posting that frequently this week, but if I can, I'll show you some pictures of New Orleans. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.